So what happened earlier this week is that some clown, some reprobate, some piece of discarded filth wrote an article with the title, "Straight Black Men Are the White People of Black Society." Didn't say some straight black men. It didn't say black men, period. Didn't say that. So that's how you know that you're dealing with soggy moistness. Now, other people weighed in on this. I didn't, because it was really like, this is so obviously ridiculous. Why would you? There's something else I want to talk about tonight. And I want to talk about the black queens of white supremacy, both male and female. But I want to discuss the black queens of white supremacy. Because you see, last week, Jamele Hill got herself into trouble. She got herself into trouble because she had referred to the white supremacist President Donald Trump as a white supremacist. And she got into trouble with her employers at ESPN. And black men, as a group, rose up in unison with one united, concerted voice in defense of Jamele Hill. It doesn't matter what black females had to say, because black women are not relevant in professional sports where ESPN and Jamele Hill make her money. Black women are not relevant there. You have to have the support of the black men. And black men, both in professional sports and outside of it, because ESPN's ratings come from men, not women. Sorry, doesn't matter what you told yourself. ESPN's ratings come from men and disproportionately come from a disproportionate number of black men. So her job was hanging on by a spider web. A strand of spider web was the only thing holding up her job. She was going to get fired. And black men, as a group, rose up in a singular, united voice and said, hands off, you are not going to talk about removing this woman for telling the truth about this president who got on national television and said that white supremacists who had run over 20 people in a Dodge Challenger in Charlottesville, Virginia, were fine people. And yes, these are straight black men who make up ESPN's audience. Straight black men came to Jamele Hill's defense. In her hour of need, they were saying what they were going to do, and over the course of one day, we turned that around and said, you can fire her, but not for this. That's correct. They had already prepared to replace her with another host. She was one foot out the door and the other one on a banana peel. And it was straight heterosexual black men who saved that no good dog's life. And she expressed her gratitude a couple of days ago by sharing that story from the root, saying that straight black men are the white men, the white people of black society. She was co-signing it and saying, ooh, this is some good stuff. That was how she expressed her gratitude to black men, to the straight black men who saved her job. That's how she expressed her gratitude. And Jamele has been a problem since day one. Her black man hating has been apparent since day one. But this is a new treacherous low. when she says that Donald Trump is a white supremacist, and then she turns around and starts repeating white supremacist talking points. She says that Donald Trump is a white supremacist, but then she begins repeating anti-black male Jim Crow propaganda. Let me say that again. Jamele Hill says that Donald Trump is a white supremacist, but then she immediately turns around and starts repeating white supremacist Jim Crow propaganda against black men. Now, she didn't say any propaganda against black women, but she did show that she agrees with Jim Crow. She's lockstep with Jim Crow. Now we're getting to the point. Remember, I told you all that under the presidency of Donald Trump, it would become very clear, very apparent, and very obvious who really agrees with white supremacy at this point. I told you that's what was going to happen, and that's what you're seeing here. I had put up a post saying that Jamele Hill was right in her comments about Donald Trump, but if you'll remember at the beginning of the post, I said I disagree with Jamele Hill on just about everything, but this time she's not wrong for once. And just as soon as she felt like the lion's teeth weren't wrapped around her ass anymore, her daddy issues and her self-hate issues took over. Now that there's a lot of attention on her, she saw it as her opportunity to get even with her daddy. And there are a bunch of you out there who are turncoats and traitors to black people all over your damn daddy issues. That you don't see white supremacy as the problem, you see your dad as the problem. I'm here tonight because people let Jamele Hill slip through the cracks. And everybody caught the article, but did you catch Jamele Hill? After this incident with Donald Trump on ESPN, after that, how many people didn't catch her sneaking in through the back door saying, by the way, I co-signed this? What is her angle? What's her goal? What's her motive here? Why would Jamele Hill, in the middle of being assailed by white supremacists left and right, why would she break off from that completely to go and attack black men for absolutely no reason? Black men the previous week as a unified whole, millions of black men came to her defense, and she takes a break from going after Donald Trump to go after straight black men. Why would she do something so crazy? I will tell you why she's doing it. She's doing it because Jamele Hill is offended. She is offended every day. Jamele Hill is offended and insulted and slighted every single day she gets up. Jamele Hill somehow was able to, I don't know what she did to bribe her way into this business, and I won't speculate, but I can guess a few things she might have done. But in any case, Jamele Hill is in the sports industry for unknown reasons, and she is walking into a place at ESPN where she talks to the top 1% of black men in America every day. These are big, they are everything that women dream about. They're tall, they're dark, they're handsome, they're accomplished, they're famous, they are rich, they are everything. They are living that life that females will literally get into fist fights over. They're living that life. And not a single one of them wants Jamele Hill. And that's your problem, Jamele. You work in a place where you talk to hundreds of athletes a year, hundreds of black men a year, the most eligible bachelors in the world, the most accomplished, richest men in the world, the most simple-minded when you get down to it, and you can't get a single one of them. They all go around you like an SUV driving around a pothole, and you're mad because you see them choosing Latin women and Asian women and white women and other women, any other woman except you. And you've had to sit there and eat it and eat it and swallow it every single day. And when you walk back into that studio at ESPN Monday morning, you gotta do it all over again. You gotta sit there with some black males. They don't talk to you like a woman. They talk to you like a dude. And that's the part you can't stand, Jamele Hill. You can't stand that straight black men don't want you. That's why you're so damn angry. You hate straight black men because you can't get one. If you could, you'd be perfectly fine. But you spend all day, every day, talking to the top 1% of the black male aristocracy. And year after year after year, they won't flirt with you. They won't pinch you on the butt. They won't slip you their number. You can't even get a one-night stand. So you are furious. And at this point, you're beyond furious. You're just plain bitter. You are a bitter old biddy. You're a bitter old broad. And everybody listen to me right now. You've watched her past. You've watched how she's behaved. The only black man you can get to hang around you for more than 5 minutes is that effeminate ass Michael Smith. And that's it. And he don't want you either. Now there's the real insult of it. By the way, Michael don't want you either. So yeah, you can talk slick at the mouth. You can talk silly. You can talk stupid. You can talk treasonous. You can talk however you want to. It wasn't gonna hurt you before now. It wasn't gonna hurt you with those black men before now. You figured, well, it won't hurt me after the fact. Got a different thing coming. But you figured, well, not doing it before didn't help me. It won't help me after the fact. Yeah, you're angry, Jamele. Year after year, you're angry because you're seeing year after year the same black men that were sitting across from you in a studio. You're watching as they're making headlines. They bought a white woman a $25,000 engagement ring. And she said, nah. And you're saying, why wasn't that me? And they got 4 white baby mamas and the white women said, nah, I'll just take the child support. And you said, why isn't that me? And you're watching them as Shannon Sharpe is sitting there with his white wife and the rest of them. And they knew you for years before. This is the part you can't stand. They knew you before they met these white women. And they passed you over again and again and again and again. So now the only black men you can hang out with are the metrosexual, soft shoe, spoiled, skinny jeans wearing, milk toast drinking, eating clowns that nobody wants. They're not bastions of masculinity. There is no, you see, there's a okay, I'm going to tell you something. Folk have been posting a picture of this ass clown who wrote this article in The Root. And you should see the females standing next to him. They don't stand next to him like their man. They stand next to him like their brother. That's how they stand next to him. It is totally asexual. Nothing sexual. It's just asexual. And the truth of the, you can take a look at a woman when she's standing next to a man that she feels like is a man. Why, you see that look in her eyes is different. The muscles in her face are different. They are softer. They are relaxed. She is at ease. She just wants to melt in his arms. Yeah, that's the kind of power a masculine man has got. And you don't have it, buddy. And that's all Jamele Hill can get. The super masculine men that the women just melt on. Jamele can't get them. She's stuck with Mr. Slickback over here. So hell yeah, she's angry as hell. She's bitter as hell. She's been sitting on it for years. She's passing her childbearing years. She doesn't have a husband. She doesn't have kids. She works among the most sought after black men on earth, and she can't get one. Yeah, Jamel, you throwing shade. Yeah, you trying to kick dirt. Cause tomorrow morning, those black men are gonna go back to this cornucopia of women, and you're gonna go back to your cat at the house. Jamele Hill is 41 years old. Soon to be 42, most likely. She is 41. Now, ladies, you know it, and as a black man, I'm here to verify it for you. Very few men are looking to start a family with a 41, 42, 43-year-old woman. Very few. Ask Halle Berry how that worked out. You know, ask Janet Jackson how'd that work out. Ask them, how did it work? You tell me. Yeah, she's bitter as hell. While she's talking about black men, you dirty, funky wench, you've been on television for years. What have you built for your sisters? Go ahead and go find out how many sports programs she's created for other black women. How many opportunities for other black women has Jamele Hill created? I'll wait for somebody to tell me. Who, name the other black women who got on at ESPN or Fox Sports or Jefferson Pilot because of Jamele Hill. I can show you what Jamele Hill did for Jamele Hill. Show me what she did for her sisters. Show me what she did for them. While you talking about black male privilege, heifer, you make more than most black men in America just because you work at ESPN, which ain't saying a damn lot. But what did you do for your sisters there? Who else has benefited because of Jamele Hill? Okay, you can talk about black men all day. Why don't you show us the template? Show us the example of how you lift up other people. You got money, you got connections. Who else got on because of you, Jamele? Who else got on? That should be a simple question for her to answer. And folk, y'all need to be on her Twitter asking her that. Jamele, what other black females did you help get into the sports industry? As a matter of fact, I know it's the weekend, which means she's got plenty of time to look. You all need to go on her Twitter and light her ass up with that. At Jamele Hill. What other black women did you help get on TV like you got there? What other black women benefited from you? What have you built for other black females? What have you accomplished for them? Not for yourself. We can see that you got this stringy, raggedy weave on your head. What did you do for them? So that we as black men can have an example of how it's done. Because you got on TV and you benefited from that. And so far as I can tell, you're the only one who has. Nobody else got anything out of your time on TV except you. But black men are the problem. Let me give you all something to think about here. Do you all know how many black women there are in America right now trying to start clothing lines, trying to start makeup lines? If Jamele Hill would go on television and wear a t-shirt from one of those women, LL Cool J did that for FUBU. He was wearing FUBU because he saw these fellas had some drive, they had some hustle, and he said, hey, let me help them get some equity in the game. I'll wear this. So tell me, is Jamele Hill gonna ever do that? Is Jamele Hill gonna wear a black woman's outfit that was made by black women? She's on Sports Center. Why doesn't she do that? Hey, take a look at that there. Why doesn't she wear a baseball cap by one of them? Some jewelry by one of them. Why doesn't she do that? Okay, you want to sit up here and talk about black men because you're trying to conceal what you ain't did, heifer. You're not trying to let everybody know that, by the way, you haven't done anything. So you're talking about black men to try to cover up the fact that you have done nothing for black women. And you are in a position where you could help black women. So yeah, Jamele Hill is stuck co-signing articles talking about black men or the white people of black society because she doesn't want to sit up here and talk about what she hasn't done for her sisters. Well, I'm raising the question tonight. Jamele, you're on national damn television. What black woman is eating better tonight because of you? Why don't you, since black men ain't getting the job done, why don't you show us how it's done? Show me a black woman who's eating better because of you, other than you, not you now. Another black woman that you helped to eat better. So we can go validate, well, Jamele showed us how it is. We're still waiting. And I got a feeling we're going to be waiting for a while, because if Jamele Hill did actually help another black woman come up, she wouldn't help him come up at ESPN, because the moment she sees a younger black female being popular with the athletes, she's going to do everything she can to get that heifer out of there. So no, as long as she's the only one, she figures that raised her odds, and when she realized it didn't do nothing for her odds, she's like, damn the rest of y'all. But show me what she's done for other black women. I'll wait. Because when white women get hired at these companies, they help and demand that other white women get hired at ESPN, at Fox Sports. They demand other white women get hired. Jamele Hill ain't trying to do a damn thing for nobody. She's not demanding anything except that she gets more. But of course, you'd only have her as your only choice if you're trying to get black females. If she's the only one who works there, by definition, she's like, I win before we even start the race. I win. Yeah. These are the questions that very dumbass brothers and the trunk ain't gonna ask.